Okay, so we're gonna go over some balancing poses, okay? So just standing on your mat here, we'll review ones we've done. Tree pose, I think you all know tree pose. So I'm just gonna stand on one leg, bending that knee slightly here, bringing my foot, my other foot, turning the knee out, and then bringing my foot, ankle, calf, inner thigh, something you can do. I put it right below my knee. I don't want it on my knee, so I put it right below. Turning my knee out. Again, hands can be on your hips, heart center, cactus arms, up overhead, spreading the fingers out, branching those fingers out, or bringing the hands up overhead. So this would be tree pose. Again, if you can't really turn that knee out, you could put your knee or just foot on top of your knee here and do tree pose that way too as well. So I've seen it done that way as well. And then we had one-legged chair. You just cross your leg above the knee here, and then hands heart center, and then sit back as far as you can. Oops. Just trying to get my balance here. Again, balancing poses help you, focus, gaze your kind of focus on something in front of you. Focus on your breath. Just try to relax. So that's a one-legged chair. And then here's one. I don't think I showed you this one yet. So this is called Eagle. I'm not the best to demonstrate it. I'll do my best. Usually I have another student in class that can do it. Several of you probably can do this one. I usually let another student demonstrate this one, but here we go. So again, standing on one leg, I'm wrapping my right leg around my left, and what I'm trying to do is wrap it all the way around. I'm trying to hook my foot around my calf, so that's where I struggle. And then that's about all I can do. And then my right leg is over my left, so I take my right arm under my left here, and I'm trying to match up my palms. So that's where I struggle as well. So what I do is I just do this. So this is about my eagle. If you really want to see what the eagle pose looks like, I'd recommend going to the Yoga Journal. I've got a link on the home page to the Yoga Journal. You can look up eagle and see what that looks like. Okay. And then another one it's called Dancers or Lord of the Dance. Okay, so you've probably all done maybe a standing quad stretch where you bring your leg back. So it's just like that. And you can stay here if you want. This would be a version of Dancers or Lord of the Dance. Or what you'd like to try to do. So if you grabbing the ankle, the foot, and then you're just going to lean forward, bring that opposite arm out. So I'm just going to lean forward. I'm going to bring my leg back. I'm trying to bring my thigh parallel to the floor, and I'm pushing my foot against my hand, and then I'm reaching out with my left hand. Gaze forward at the hand, gaze down at your mat. Again, that's Dancer's pose. Dancer's pose. Okay? So we got tree, one-legged chair, we got eagle, and we got Dancer's pose. Okay? And then here's two more, a little more challenging. I always save this till the end of the semester. This one's called Half Moon or Balancing Half Moon. Okay? I usually bring out the yoga blocks for this one. If you do have a yoga block, great. If not, if there's something maybe you could use at your home, maybe a box or something you can use, that could be helpful. All right? So what you're going to do, it is balancing on one leg. I'm going to balance on my left leg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bend forward, and I'll use my yoga block here. I'm going to put my left hand on my yoga block. So my hand is in front of and to the left of my left leg. I'm going to bring my right leg up as high as I can. Try to be parallel to the floor. And I'm just going to put my right hand on my waist here. And then what I'd like to do is flex my right foot towards me, and I'm going to turn that hip out. So I'm kind of rotating my hip. I'm trying to rotate my hip. So my right foot is parallel to the floor, and I got that foot turned out, rotating that. So I'm trying to stack my hips. And then what you can do is bring your right hand up. Really try to open up the chest and shoulders. So again, yoga block can help. Put the yoga block on whatever level you have. Or if you don't have a yoga block, maybe you can try it, just get your fingertips to the mat. So this is called balancing half moon. Again, you try to turn that leg out, turn the foot out, flexing the foot, right arm up, really reaching up and back. Balancing half moon. Okay? And then one more. So we've done warrior 1, warrior 2. Those are standing poses. This one is a balancing pose. It's warrior 3. So this is a balancing pose. Okay? So, again, balancing on one leg. So you might want to start with your hands on your hip. So it's similar to balancing half moon, but you're not going to have an arm down onto the floor, and your hips are going to stay straight ahead. You're not going to rotate the hips at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to balance on my left leg. I'm going to bring my right leg behind me, and I'm just going to try to keep a flat back. I'm going to try to extend that back leg. I'm trying to be parallel to the floor, my leg parallel to the floor. And I'm going to take my arms off, hands back. So you could stay here, or maybe arms out to the sides, or arms all the way out in front. So that is called warrior 3. Warrior 3. Really trying to reach out, arms up overhead, full warrior 3, holding that. And then you can just come down and forward fold whenever you had enough. And then you can try the other side. Try the other side. So we'll try tree, again, tree pose. So we all know that. One-legged chair. Again, eagle, you're going to wrap the foot around, trying to wrap that foot around your calf. Again, whatever leg I have across, I bring that arm under. Trying to wrap or match up my palms, but I just do this. That's my version of eagle. Whatever version you can do. And then we got dancer's pose. Balancing half moon. Again, try to rotate that leg that's up. Rotate the hip, rotate that leg. Flex your foot towards you so that foot is parallel to the floor. Fingertips to the mat, looking straight down at the mat. Bring your opposite arm up. Try to open up the chest and shoulders. So you're stacking your shoulders, stacking your hips, and balancing half moon. And then warrior 3, your hip is going to face towards the mat. Bring that leg up, and you start with your hands behind you, out to the side, or out in front. Full warrior 3. And back to forward fold whenever you had enough. Inhale up into extension. Extended mountain. Back to mountain. And then the The challenge here is, can you go through them all one to the other without putting a foot down? So we'll try it, give it a shot. You can go through all of them if you can, okay? All right. Tree pose. So find tree. Whenever you want, you can transition. I'm just going to go in order. You can go in any order you want. Good, one-legged chair. Good to eagle pose. Good, that's my version of eagle. Dancer's pose. I should turn to the side. Dancer's pose. And just trying to hold the pose for as long as you like. Get your balance in that pose. And then dancers, if I can get dancer's pose. Try that again. And then balancing half moon. Again, if you need a block, you can use the block. You're trying to rotate that foot, pointing the foot towards you, parallel to the floor, arm up, reaching up and back. Good, and then you can try to transition right into Warrior 3. So you want to turn that hip down so your leg is pointing down towards the mat, or your hip down towards the mat. And reaching up out. Warrior 3. Coming back. Mountain pose. That's one leg, one side. Here, we'll try the other one. See how you do. I'm going to turn and face this way. So I'm going to balance on my right leg. Here, I'm going to try tree pose. In one-legged chair. In my version of eagle. Dancer's pose. Balancing half moon. To Warrior 3. Say my feet and calves get very fatigued doing those balancing poses. So there you go. Try them. Do the best you can. Try to challenge yourself. See if you can go through them all if you can. Have fun with it. Enjoy those balancing poses.